Good morning, dear 10th class students. After Diwali vacations, now we are starting our new chapter, that is carbon and its compound. Okay, so our chapter number 4 is that carbon and its compound. Carbon and its compound. So I hope you already hear the name of this carbon, and most of the things and materials can be made up of this carbon material, because you know about that carbon having the atomic number is that 6. Okay, atomic number of carbon is 6, and it is a non-metal. It's a non-metal. Atomic number is 6 and it is a non-metal. So we already configured in between that metal and non-metals. What are the non-metals property? It means its chemical properties and physical properties. Now we are especially discussing about the one non-metals. That's atomic number is 6 and that is a non-metal. It means carbon. Okay. So carbon are having different type of structures and different type of allotropes also. We also discuss about that. But before that, we have to introduce with the carbon that what are the important things can be made up of these carbons, and it means how carbon is important for us. So first of all, we will discuss about that. Actually, the carbon is the most important ingredients of coal. Okay, it means the coal, the percentage of coal, or we can configure it that how any coal is determined. Okay, it means on the basis of their carbon percentage. So you know about that four type of coals, that is anthracite, bituminous, lignite, and peat. Okay, so these type of coals are generally divided on the basis of carbon percentage. Okay, so most of these maybe cokes are also there in there. It is the black type of residue, but carbon is there. But only black type of this residue like or ingredients only is not a carbon. Carbon you can see in the carbohydrates also. It means, and in the fats also, protein also, there is a carbon. Okay, and this other there's that wool, okay, cotton also contains the carbon. It means so in other ways we have to determine that how can we conclude that any important things or any materials contain the carbon. So we are having our test is there for carbon. It means, okay, it means when carbon is burnt in presence of oxygen or air. Okay, oxygen, oxygen or air, formation of formation of carbon dioxide and carbon dioxide, and this can be this can be tested by lime water. Okay, because because lime water because lime water turns milky from turns milky from colorless. Okay, from colorless. Okay, it means like that. It means how can we detect the carbon? How can we detect then any means the materials contains the carbon? So you know about that. Like example, we have to see like that. Our earth crust contains 0.02 percentage of carbon. Atmosphere contains 0.03 percentage. You already seen that 0.03 percentage, because you know about the 21% oxygen, 78% is our nitrogen. So 0.03 percentage of carbon. It means in the form of CO2. So test is what means any substance or any materials contain carbon or not. So when we are making the burning, it means making the combustions in the presence of O2 or in the presence of oxygen. Okay, so the formation of carbon dioxide, and when we are it means making the test with the lime water, so you know about that lime water is generally colorless, and after the passing this CO2 gas, it can be converted into the milky color. Okay, milky color means milk color. Okay, so this milk color shows that that gas or that substance, that gas is a CO2, and that substance contains is carbon. Okay, so 0.03%. And other example of these are generally like carbohydrates. Okay, fats, and like wool, wood, cotton. Okay, and many things can be, we have to see in our daily life, they are generally contain the carbon. Okay, so these are the example. Okay, they are maybe sometimes found in the combined state, and they are found in the free state. So free state, how can they found? The free state, they are found in the form of their allotropes. Like first is diamond, second is graphite, and third one we will discuss here, that is uh, Buckminster Fullerene. Okay, Buckminster Fullerene. Okay, Buckminster Fullerene. So these are in the free state, and in the combined state, you know about that if carbon is found in the with the other it is in the form of compound, like CO2, like H2CO3, okay, like CO. Okay, so these are in the form of like combined state, like C6H12O6. So glucose, in the form of glucose. So these are in the, like carbohydrates form. So these are in the combined state, these are in the free state. So I hope you are understanding that what I am telling. It means carbon is a non-metal having atomic number 6, and you know about that those are having atomic number 6. They are having they are in the valence shell, they are having 4 valence electrons. So now I am making a electronic configuration of this carbon. Okay, electronic configuration of carbon. So you know about that K and L shell can be accommodate the electrons of carbon. Okay, K and L shell. So you know about that maximum capacity to fill the electrons in K shell is that 2, and L cell can be contain the 8, but total is our number is now 6. So here it is only 4. Okay, so I can realize that or made the electronic configuration for that. Okay, like that. Look, this is the nucleus. Inside is that. Okay, this is nucleus. Okay, and after that carbon nucleus, and here it is a 2 electron I am filling here, and here I can fill the 4 electrons, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So these 4 electrons in the valence shells. So now we are studying about the 2 properties of carbon. two main properties or main things through which carbon can able to make a large number of compounds. So I hope you can understand this. Four valence electron in their outermost shell. It means the valence shell. And okay, well, I can rub and you can note down. Okay, you can note. Now students, we are discussing about that carbon can able to form the which type of bonds. So you know about that earlier we already discussed about that some ionic compounds can able to form the ionic bonds. It means those compounds which are having the ionic bonds, they are known as ionic compounds. So now we are discussing about that how the covalent bonds are formed. Okay, how covalent bonds are formed. So carbon can able to form covalent compounds. Carbon can able to form a covalent compound. So you know about that electronic configurations of this carbon is in the K and L shell, that is the 2 and 4. So in 9th class you already discussed about that. If in the outermost valence shell there is a 1, 2 or 3 electrons, then they can easily donate that electron. Okay, and if there is a vacant place for that, like the sulfur, there is a 2 vacant place, so they can easily gain the electrons to complete the inert gas configurations. Okay, and in the chlorine there is a one vacant place, so they can gain the 1 electrons and complete the stable configurations. So but here it is the outermost electron, outermost shells contain the 4 valence electron. So for that, carbon cannot gain the 4 electrons and cannot donate the 4 electrons. Okay, for energy considerations. Okay, so that's why carbon can able to form a covalent compound. And last videos we already discussed about that. Covalent compounds can be made by the only sharing of the electrons. Okay, in the gain and loss we can say that this is the ionic bond formation, and in the sharing of electrons. Okay, in the sharing of electrons we can say this is the covalent bond. Okay, so I can write here, because of not gain or loss, carbon because of not gain because of not gain or loss, carbon can able to only sharing of 4 valence electron with other atom. Okay, with other atom, like carbon tetrachloride, like CCl4. Okay, CCl4. Carbon here can able to make a CCl4 only is due to the sharing of these electrons. It means the carbon outermost these 4 electrons can only share with the outermost vacant place of this chlorine. One chlorine, this is the second, and this is third, and this is the fourth. It means that carbon can only share these 4 electrons to the vacant place of this chlorine. Okay, so due to that they can able to make a carbon CCl4 compound, that is the carbon tetrachloride, and that's why we have to say that this is the covalent compound. Okay, so now what are the things you have to hear or you have to learn here, that carbon cannot able to gain or lost the electrons. Okay, because they cannot able to lost the 4 electrons, and they cannot able to also they cannot able to gain the 4 electrons. So that's why they are just sharing the electrons from their outermost shell. So from the outermost shell, they can share with the electrons with like chlorine. So formation of compound is covalent compound, and the bond is formation in between is that covalent bonding. Okay, so this is the covalent bonding. So carbon can able to only this covalent bonding. So next two features of carbon is there is, that is, first is tetravalent, and second is self-linking or combining capacity. Self-linking or combining capacity. Uh, so these two features are it means the properties of this carbon which make a difference in between the other non-metals to the carbon. It means these two are the properties. On the basis of that, carbon is the most important ingredients of the in the whole world for many other important substances. Okay, that's why the most important substances or most substances are can be made up of only by the carbons. So tetravalent, you know about that they are having the 4 valence. It means the 4 valence electron, okay, or 4 valencies. Okay, so due to this 4 valence electron, okay, this is the 4 valence electron can be able to this 4. Okay, I can write 4 valence electron can be able to form can be able to form a great number of compound, a great number of compound, because they can able to they are just making with the sharing of properties. Okay, and here it is a self-linking means many substance can be able to only by the self-linking. So only the carbon is the having the greatest. So large number of compounds only by the self-linking. Self-linking or self-combining means they are having a 4 vacant places. Okay, they are having a 4 vacant places, or you can tell that they are having the 4 valence electrons. So due to this things, they can able to link with the many other atoms. Okay, many other atoms to make a large number of compounds. So this is also known as catenations also. So self-linking means a large number of compounds can be formed by this self-linking or self-combining properties. Self-linking. Okay, self-linking properties. Self-linking properties or self-linking capacity. It means the combining capacity is great with the other atoms. Okay, it means they can easily link with the self. Okay, so that's why they can able to large number of compounds. That's why in the whole world carbon are having a most of numbers of compounds in the earth. Okay, so they are having the two things for that. Next, we are discussing about the two allotropes of this carbon. Two allotropes of this carbon. So one is our diamond and other one is a graphite. Okay. So two allotropes. Okay. These are the graphite and these are the two allotropes. So I can one minute. Okay. Pose and you have to write. Okay. Now students, we are discussing about the carbon 2 allotropes. Okay, so allotropes of carbon, allotropes of allotrope, allotropes of allotropes of carbon. So two allotropes are like graphite and the diamond. So, if I am distinguishing with the chemical properties, then there is a no chemical difference in between that. Okay, but physically there is a difference. So, one question is you can hear many times or maybe sometime like that. Carbon are having some properties are same. It means carbon are made up of diamonds and graphites are made up of carbon, but they are having a different properties. They are having a different properties than why. Okay, so for that we are having a one reason for that, because they are having the same chemical properties, because the arrangement of carbon is same in both of them. Okay, okay, arrangement of carbon, it means sorry, not arrangement, we can say that the made up of carbon, it means both are allotropes of carbon, it means both are made up of carbon, that's why their chemical properties are same, but physical properties are different because the arrangement of carbons are not same in both of that. Okay, I'll make more understand by their differences. So graphite, it is a grayish white color. Okay, uh, not mostly asking, but you have to see the difference. What is the difference between the diamond and this graphite? Transparent, transparent with extra brilliance. Extra brilliance means extra luster. Chamak hoti hai, okay, extra. And second is soft and slippery to touch. Okay. Soft and slippery to touch. Not soft. It is hardest substance among the known in the earth. Among okay, are you understanding? I think graphite is a grayish white in color, and diamond is a transparent with extra brilliance. It means extra chamak hoti hai, and soft and slippery to graphite. Okay, and not soft. It is the hardest substance among the known in the earth. It means वो सारे elements और वो सारे substances which are known by in the earth, among them it is the hardest substance. The diamond is okay. Lighter in weight, lighter in weight, and uh, heavier than graphite. Okay. Fourth is good conductor of electricity, because of free electrons. Bad conductor of electricity because of because of because of no free electrons. Because of no free electrons. Okay. Then fifth one is that is the uses of this diamond and graphite. Okay. Like graphite is used mostly as a lubricant. It uses in the lubricants. Okay. And in the pencil lead. Okay. It is used for uses grinding and cutting utensils or tools for cutting glass, and in the end uh, cataract surgery surgery cataract surgery. And what is the structure of this? So structure is for that. This is carbon, this is carbon, this is what, this is the 1, 2, 3, and 4 times. Okay. And these are having the okay. This is the sheet like structure. Okay. Sorry. This is the diamond structure and this is the graphite structure. Okay. This is the graphite structure. That is the sheet-like structure. Okay. Flat sheet-like structure. And this is the diamond structure. So what are the difference between the graphite and diamond? Okay. The allotropes of carbon. One more allotrope is remaining for that. That is the Buckminster Fuller. We also discuss about their hexagonal and pentagonal shape, like the football shape. And but now we are discussing about the graphite and diamond two allotropes. Okay. Both are having the same chemical properties because both are made up of carbon compounds. Okay, it means the carbon atoms. But both are having a different physical properties because the arrangement of this carbon in their structure is just different. Okay. So first there is a grayish white in color, and that is the transparent with extra brilliance. Okay, extra चमक होती है इनके अंदर diamond, and soft and slippery touch है, not soft. It's the hardest substance among the known in earth. तो जितने भी सारे known हैं अर्थ के अंदर उन सब के अंदर से सबसे ज़्यादा hardest है. Lighter in weight है, heavier than graphite है. A good conductor of electricity, bad conductor of electricity. Listen, what is the reason behind that good conductor of electricity of graphite? So, a good conductor of electricity because of free electrons. Because of free electrons, you can easily see that here it is the one carbon atom is linked with only 3 different carbon atoms. So, this one carbon is linked with only 1, 2, and 3 different carbon atoms. Okay, but when you will see the arrangement of this graphite, then there you will found that there is a no free electrons. Okay, so there is a no free place. So there is a no free electrons. That's why there is a no a good conductors of electricity. So listen, bad conductor of electricity because of no free electrons, because all four carbons, it means one carbon is already linked with different four carbons, and this is the highest linking capacity. But here it is the one place where carbon can join. So this is the due to that free electrons is here. This graphite structure is slippery to touch. They are having the lubrications, and they are having a more capacity of combining. So that's why they are having the, due to the free electrons, they are a good conductor of electricity. So they are having the sheet-like structure. So this is the horizontal or 3D arrangement of that, and one carbon is joined with this four different type of carbon. So what are the uses? Uses you can easily see from your textbook also. This is usually, mostly graphite is used in the lubrications purpose. It means the you've seen that many machines, heavy machines are complex in nature. Many times oil and grease cannot be able to make that lubrications of all this machinery. That time this graphite is with the heavy temperature can able to make their lubrications. And in the pencil lead you also seen that graphite is there and sheet like structure, and using for the grinding and cutting purpose. Okay, using and this is utensils for utensils, tools for cutting like glass. Okay, and also for cataract surgery like motiabin in eyes. Okay, generally the doctors are using the tools of this diamond, because the if they are using the steel or any iron tools for that, then there is a maybe chance of any infections. That's why for the cataract surgery they are using, doctors using mostly diamonds. Okay, so next things we will discuss in our next video. Okay, thank you.